Okay, so this is the Overwatch 2 Spotlight that just aired. It actually was live, if I'm remembering right, 7 hours ago. Live chat replay, yep. It went live 7 hours ago at like 1 or 12 my time. So 1 p.m. other people's time in chat, and then 6 p.m. for the people across seas, roughly. So I didn't get to watch it live. I got to watch it a little after the fact. I made it about 20 minutes in to the 34-minute video. Or maybe further. This is where I made it, 22 minutes in. So I guess I watched more than half, but I wanted to watch all of this and kind of dissect what my thoughts are, because I was just kind of passively watching it this morning as I was waking up, and I was like, whoa, this is so cool. Wait, I should look at this on stream, give my thoughts on it, because I've been playing since 2019. I've been playing for a very long time. I've been through a lot of the bad times of Overwatch and the good times of Overwatch. And I've got to see a lot of creators give their takes on it too. So, I'm curious. Okay, it's real quiet. Why is it so quiet?
Initiating boosters in 3, 2, 1. Game on! Welcome to orbit. I'm on to you.
Let's go on then.
Right.
I have goosebumps.
Oh, ML7, hi. That's Spylo? Whoa, 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 okay. Oh, it's Aspen, hi. As you can see, I know a lot of these streamers. A lot of them, because I watch them. Right now, the first minute of this is just them going through all the collabs from the last year. They did Avatar, they have done like Greek mythology, they have done, like, they had a Thor skin, they had one Thor skin, an Athena skin, and something, they had like 3 other skins I didn't clock because I didn't care about that event as much. They have had anime crossovers, they've had K-pop crossovers, they have had quite a few crossovers here in this last year. So there have been a lot of things going on with Overwatch that I have clocked, and I've been a part of them and just not really talked about it on, like, in terms of like the creation side of it, because I don't make content around Overwatch like I would like to, because I like this game and I haven't really grinded it much this last year. So, but yeah, they're going over major moments from this last year.
Yes! Overwatch 2 Classic!
We got the finest!
You should try my meatballs. Move over!
And now they're moving into a update. Check 1, 2. Okay, it is looking. So it is ducking. That's good.
Welcome to the Overwatch 2 Spotlight.
That's Aaron Keller. He is the game director for the entire game. Why are my closed captions in Mandarin? That's really odd. I don't think I watch anything in Mandarin.
We've always strived to be the best competitive, team-based hero shooter. This past year alone, we made huge updates to our competitive systems, including matchmaking, balance updates, role queue times, and new features, all in service of constantly improving and evolving this game. To continue in that goal, we aim to innovate by creating new experiences for the more than 100 million players that have joined us since we launched in 2016.
When people think of esports, Overwatch like Activision Blizzard, Overwatch, Call of Duty, and World of Warcraft. All like make people go, esports. Like they think of competitive gamers when they think of those three games. There's a reason why. There's a reason why, because they have a history of making a lot. StarCraft is definitely among the biggest. I don't know if it is the biggest, but I'm sure it is up there. I'm not sure which one is the biggest. But StarCraft 2.
100 million players that have joined us since we launched in 2016. New experiences, new metas, new modes, new events, new heroes, just new ways to have fun. And 2025 is going to be another big year for us. Not only are we expanding this brilliant global community with a return to China in Season 15, but the overall key focus for us this year is how we can evolve what it means to play an Overwatch game. There's so many things coming to Overwatch 2 this year that we can't even fit it all into this spotlight. So, over the next 30 to 40 minutes, we're really excited.
I made it to just as they were starting to describe what Stadium was. So I must have made it more than halfway through, like I said. Perks, Season 5, Season 15 and beyond, 6v6 in Classic, Overwatch, Hero, Stadium, Cosmetics, and the Esports side. I'm curious what they're going to do with the Esports side, because the Esports side of Overwatch crashed like the last 2 years. It tanked real bad. The official organizations that were leading all the Esports for it stopped being funded. They just stopped working. They stopped having cash prizes for anyone. Like, it was just all bad. It started being bad. And last year was last year was the first time that the esports side of it had to be community like made and put together. It wasn't this huge sponsored, organized event. So I'm really curious about that. It's gone well as far as I've seen, but the cash prizes for the winning teams is lower because they don't have as much funding. So some of those professional Overwatch teams just aren't making as much money, aren't making a living from it anymore like they used to be. It's a little tough. It's a little tough from what I've seen. But the game that I'll wait.
Excited to show you many of the things, but
it's not good. It is definitely not good.
That we are planning for the first half of this year. First up, the biggest change since Overwatch launched, your favorite heroes are about to get a whole lot more heroic with perks. Perks are here to completely redefine your strategy and how you play your favorite heroes. Think of them as hero-specific bonuses that level up your gameplay and not just your hero.
Let me go back for a second.
Hero-specific bonuses that level up your gameplay
and not just your hero. Pick your perk. Concussive Vacuum, Concussive Blast knockback is reversed, which means this is a hero by the name of Pharah. She basically has in the thing that like she throws down like a rocket and it just propels everyone away from wherever it lands, right? It's a good thing to like get groups of people separated, right? Concussive Vacuum on the left side would reverse it. Everyone gets pulled towards. And Eyes in the Sky Jet Dash grants fuel usage, maximum fuel overfill doubled. So basically that would allow her, because she's a flying character, to stay in the air longer. And you can kind of pick which one you want, is what it's sounding like, but I don't know if it's for every single hero or for only select ones to start, because they have clickbaited us in the past with some of these things that they announce where they're like, yeah, this is going to be awesome. We're doing this. Actually, we're only doing this a little bit. Yeah. We just wanted you to come play the game. Please play the game. like it's like a desperate attempt at like pulling people in is what it sometimes feels like. And I know it's partially marketing, like they're trying to hype people up, but I'm not going to really believe this until I see it in the game and know what it looks like. But it is exciting because Overwatch originally was supposed to be, and the devs have talked about this. The OG devs have said Overwatch was never supposed to be a first-person shooter game. It was never supposed to be that. It turned into that, but it was supposed to be an RPG game. And so, for the longest time, they've been trying to fulfill the hero fantasy, but keep the core of what Overwatch became known for, because 2016, 2017 Overwatch blew up. It blew up massive. Especially 2017. That was the Overwatch World Cup that everyone knows in gaming. That's one of those esports moments that people just are not going to forget. Right? Yeah, it's very interesting. It's very interesting because Rivals is their biggest competition right now, and currently Rivals is winning. But if they can manage to incorporate RPG mechanics into this first-person shooter and or turn it third-person, because they do mention that a little later, that would help them. Because Rivals already has some RPG mechanics. They already have group up abilities that only activate when you have a specific synergy going. They already have some elements of RPG. There aren't skill trees or anything like that, but it would be kind of hard to implement full skill trees into a live fighter shooter hero game. So I don't blame them for that. Third person would be a bit better. Marvel Rivals proved that. Yeah. But I will also point out that Rivals is the first competition Overwatch has ever had. First legit competition. I've heard people tended to really enjoy Overwatch 2016, 2017, and even some of 2018, but 2019 people started to fall off. Even when there was zero development happening, even when they had left us and abandoned us in the cold, dead night of Overwatch 1 and just left all the players there, no updates, no anything for years, there still, during that time, wasn't a competitive counterpart to Overwatch. If people wanted to play a hero shooter, a live hero shooter, they had to go to Overwatch or they had to go to Destiny. And I think that says a lot about what Overwatch is capable of. Especially considering Overwatch is completely original. Completely original. They don't really have a predetermined universe that they can take things from. They have to have people design the heroes, design the hero fantasy, design the mechanics, model them in Blender, animate them, do all of that, do the marketing for it. It's a lot. And if you know anything about game dev, it is a fucking nightmare to do that. It is a nightmare. And I think what Marvel has, which Overwatch is going to really struggle to compete with, is content. It's that simple. They have the content to back it up because they have, almost 100 years? Pretty much most of Stan Lee's life, plus after his death. They have 8-9 decades of content that's just back there. Good luck competing with that in terms of content. But if Overwatch can stand out in a unique way, they don't fall behind. And I think they're actually working towards that with some of this. Having their own little identity that's separate from Rivals, that makes it distinct so people can decide which one they like more, as opposed to, Overwatch is the same old Overwatch it's always been for the last 7 years. Whatever. Rivals is better because it's new. Because that's what a lot of people are doing. New equals better. And I don't blame them. It's fun to have something new and interesting to suck you in. So this kind of thing, perks, I'm all for it. I just hope they're not clickbaiting us and having it be only 3 of the heroes have a perk. Are you kidding me? There's 40 heroes. How? Okay. Anyways.
Not just your hero.
Let's go back.
Strategy and how you play your favorite heroes. Think of them as hero-specific bonuses that level up your gameplay and not just your hero. This means you can customize how you play in a match like never before. It's like giving your favorite heroes a little extra oomph. Overwatch 2 is about to evolve in a way you've never seen before.
I also will say Aaron Keller took over from the original game director. Aaron Keller took over right before Overwatch 2 or right after it launched. He inherited a game that was fundamentally abandoned and broken, and he has pulled it together. And also, not to mention, he's gotten way more comfortable on camera. He was never this talkative or this calm on camera, if you've ever seen any of this. Yeah. Character development, even for him. The game, for the characters, and for him.
After that, we'll go into how we're starting the 2025 competitive year with a full reset and new competitive rewards, including the new competitive weapon when Season 15 launches. We will also showcase some new mythic skins, game modes, and of course, upcoming heroes. Plus, some improvements to how you are rewarded for your playtime, including the return of a system from Overwatch 1 that we've received a ton of requests for, so keep that feedback coming. We'll also share what's going on with esports, including how it's expanding with the reintroduction of Overwatch into China. Of course, some info on Overwatch Classic.
I missed that.
As well as 6v6. And hopefully, a few surprises mixed in as well. We know what this universe means to all of you, and our team is driven by the idea of working together with all of you in this wonderful community. Developing the best version of this universe for years and years to come is what truly matters. We're so thankful that you are all on this journey with us. And there's so much to tell you about that you're gonna wanna stick around.
I think the key to this, and I've heard some of my favorite bigger creators talk about cinematics. Cinematics. Overwatch has been known for their hero fantasy because of their cinematics. If you've watched any... Let me see. Overwatch, all cinematics. All Overwatch cinematics in order. 2.5 hours. All Overwatch animations, full movie, almost 4 hours. There are so many cinematics, and the problem is... Oh, not all of them. I don't want the crossovers. I want the cinematics. Okay, so probably closer to 2.5 hours. They, back in Overwatch 1, had many cinematics that would embellish on the story of Overwatch and what happened to them and build on the lore and make you feel like, oh my god, I want to play Reinhardt because he is such a wholesome, down-to-earth, loud, obnoxious, but also he's such a good leader. Like, the hero fantasy, but also being attached to the characters is huge. And since Overwatch 2 came out, that disconnect is fully there, in full swing. There aren't any cinematics anymore unless they're releasing a new hero. That's it. They used to release cinematics to build on the story, but now they're releasing cinematics just for every hero they're making and telling their story, which is fine. But they need a little bit more, I think. And not just the hero trailers. I fully believe that Overwatch could legitimately have been a movie like Arcane, or a TV show. I mean, like Arcane. Because it's very original design. I just wish they did more collaboratively. And I wish they didn't just walk away for 3 years. I know why they walked away. I know why they abandoned the game. They abandoned it because they were developing a story mode. Which flopped, by the way. They never did it. And they say they couldn't because of Activision Blizzard basically bottlenecking them and making it so they couldn't get it done. After 3 years of work on it. So I understand why. And it's shitty. but they need to bring it back. They need to bring the story elements back because that's what made people attach to the characters and go, holy shit, I want to play this game.
It is time to celebrate the glory of battle, the competition, determination, and the boom!
At this point, they need to get with Netflix. I agree. I'm a little worried Netflix won't do it justice, but also they did Arcane amazingly. Arcane was amazing. And it's actually, Arcane has set a new standard for some art styles. Arcane and Spider-Verse, those two art styles, it's set a new like genre and standard for how some people do art. Like, people have been trying so hard to copy the Arcane style. It's very cool. Better Netflix than Prime, honestly? True. Probably true. I'm trying to scroll up to see the comments here. I don't play Overwatch, but I heard other people agree with the competition factor. Yeah. They need to do something to reinvent the wheel. Otherwise, they're going to get left behind. And it's that simple. When Overwatch has been the same game for like 5 of the years, and the only thing that they have changed fundamentally with the game has been the number of heroes played on each team, you kind of start to worry. Just a little bit. Which, I won't even touch that yet because we're not there, but...
The competition, determination, and the boom! What a shot! Again! Finally, a worthy title! From the ashes, rise
Rank reset. I'm glad they started doing this because they have acknowledged that the longer that the rank system had gone on, the more easy it was for people to be hard stuck no matter their rank. They could be hard stuck in high rank or low rank. But if I remember right, they acknowledged at some point they that people were more likely to be hard stuck the longer it went on because of the it's not MMR. Well, yeah, no, it's the competitive MMR. It's the system by which they have like proven themselves to be at the rank that they are or eventually get to, right? MMR like stacks on itself. So like if you have proven yourself for 4 years that you are a silver player and you stay there, and then you learn a few tips on that 4th year, and then the 5th year you're like you're playing as good as like a plat player, right? But because of those 4 of the years of being silver, that 1 year of plat is not going to be much of a difference maker, right? So rank resets are very nice. I was hard stuck silver for a very long time. I barely grinded out of silver into gold at the end of Overwatch 1, and when I played Overwatch 2 for the first time after their resets, I was in gold for a while and then grinded up to platinum. And I've been staying platinum for a very long time because I don't really play much. But if I were to take a new account with all the skills that I have right now, and I have, and I can show you guys in a second if you guys want. If I take a new account right now and grind it without like swapping too many heroes or anything, if I'm consistent, I've placed Masters, which is third from the top of the rank system. Now, eventually, it'll lower me. It'll like be like, oh, well, you don't quite deserve Masters, but it just shows that it like stacks over time too. Like if you start low and like stay there for a long time, it'll be really hard to grind out. If you start high and you stay high for a really long time, it'll be hard to drop. So resets are very good because it gives everyone a blank slate to kind of retest their skills, etc. Fortnite does it all the time. I'm pretty sure most of the other competitive games did it. So, sorry. Every season it'll reset. I want to say every other. It's still so new to me. I always forget. I think it's every other season that it resets. But maybe it is every season, and I'm just losing track because I've been mostly playing Fortnite and Rivals. Whoops. So as someone who's never played, are Overwatch 1 and 2 the same thing or no? They're basically the same thing. The only fundamental difference is that in Overwatch 1, it was 6 players versus 6 players, like Rivals is now. Overwatch 2 is 5 players versus 5 players. That's it. That's the only real fundamental difference. There's a few quality of life changes that are nice. They changed some heroes, they've added heroes, but like, that's the basic of the game. So, thanks for the hydrates, by the way. So here's a question. Why not a sliding AMR or whatever the term you're using? Basically, it would constantly look at the most recent 90 days. It would be a soft reset. I don't know if they... This would have to be something you'd probably have to ask a dev, but I don't know if they have the infrastructure for that for 100 million players. That's my thinking. Like, that would I'd probably make... I don't know. I think that would make a lot of the devs stressed because they might have to monitor it, but they also might not have to monitor it. I guess if they automate it, it won't be so bad, but I don't know what that looks like in terms of game dev. I don't know what automating rank systems would be. And I don't know how complicated it would be to set it for an entire game that is like across all different kinds of continents. Like, I don't know what that looks like. You're not wrong though. It would just be data points. It would literally just be doing that. The only problem is yeah. My thinking is that they depending on like what kind of servers they have the game running on, they might have to change a few things to get that to work. I like that idea though. Like, if you've consistently been silver the last couple months, maybe they start giving you some silver teammates and see if you can carry. Because that's what they've started doing. So right now I'm Plat 4, about to fall into Platinum 5, which is the bottom of Plat. When I start going on a losing streak, they start giving me gold teammates. If I start going on a winning streak, they start giving me high Plat or diamond teammates. And basically they're trying to see if I can carry the gold teammates and if I can keep up with the diamond ones. So they must have some sliding scale going on. I just don't know if it's like, I don't know how it's implemented. It's the thing. So I don't know. They definitely have to change a few things. I could talk about this forever, guys. If you can't tell, I actually play this game quite a bit. Rank reset.
It is not about standing atop the mountain.
That's really hard to do, by the way.
Climb!
Sleeping a Genji out the sky? No. No, thank you.
Ah, yes, I too own one of these weapons. It is just not with me right now.
So there's the weapon skins, which people usually have to grind for. Here's perks, which they already kind of walked us through.
How could you not win with such an advantage? Show them you are superior and bang!
Now that would be cool. A javelin that goes through enemies if charged.
My armored fingers are crossed. Yes! Just
I'm mad about this. I'm glad it's coming back, but Overwatch 1 had loot boxes. Basically, for playing the game and leveling up, they gave you some stuff because there is a lot of stuff in this game. And there's 40 heroes, and all 40 heroes have many cosmetics. They took it away in favor of a monetized system, basically. I guess they were trying to make money after Overwatch 1 started kind of hemorrhaging. So when they transitioned into Overwatch 2, loot boxes went away. You didn't get anything from just playing other than levels and maybe the occasional thing. And if you wanted I guess it depends. If they implement this the way I think they're going to implement this, it'll be annoying to me because it'll basically be the same thing as it is before, like as it was before. But there was no paid battle pass. They were trying to work with an older system of like free to play, or an older system of hero shooters, because Overwatch 1 was a paid game. It wasn't free. I had to buy Overwatch, which is why they were willing to give away all their stuff for free, because people had to buy the game. And so loot boxes made sense. Now, they're a free-to-play game with a monetized battle pass. Where does loot boxes really fit in? Because the battle pass gives you stuff for free. So now I'm curious what's going to happen with this, because this feels like an odd grab at nostalgia. I'm not really sure how to feel about this, because they couldn't. It feels like one couldn't really be like in existence without the other. Like, why get free loot boxes and have a free battle pass that you can get free stuff from too? If they replace the current battle pass, I'll be a little weirded out. But
What I had hoped for! This spoil
that's just me.
continue! Memories.
Goats meta. Goats meta is when I joined. 2019. There were different metas throughout Overwatch's history where it was like the good way to play the game. Basically, metas. Rivals has metas right now. There's the optimal hero to play for every rank. There are the optimal ways to play each and every hero. There's an optimal team comp. Usually people opt for 2 tanks, 2 of those damage, 2 of the strategists and healers. There's a meta. They're trying to play off of people's nostalgia and bring back old metas as a separate game mode. It is cool, but it's not necessarily what people were asking for, so it kind of begs the question, why? Because people were just asking for 6v6, which was the original format of the game. But it's fine.
Free your mind. Energy flows through me.
Okay, so Battle Pass.
His greatest weapon is patience.
So
Be present in the moment.
okay, Battle Pass skins.
I will achieve my vision.
How are they supposed to? Okay,
Arrows fly true.
Kiriko.
To win is great. To win in style is even greater.
Rainy Day skins.
Such a masterful display. Play it again. I will rewatch this one a few more times.
That's just them teasing 28 or the season 15. That's some kind of teaser. I don't know what that's for. Season 15
Talk about something.
Season 15 starts in like a couple of weeks here. So we're a few weeks away from some of the stuff they're about to talk about, and probably a few months away from the further out stuff.
Big. Introducing perks. This is the most significant innovation to core gameplay since Overwatch launched in 2016. This is more than just an update. It's a radical shift in how you experience gameplay. Perks are upgrades to your hero's kit that unlock during the game. They provide an additional strategic layer, allowing you to alter your playstyle and adapt to situations. Throughout the match, you'll level up your hero 2 times, unlocking one minor little extra oomph. Perks.
This is the most significant innovation to core gameplay since Overwatch launched in 2016. This is more than just an update. It's a radical shift in how you experience gameplay. Perks are upgrades to your hero's kit that unlock during the game. They provide an additional strategic layer, allowing you to alter your playstyle and adapt to situations. Throughout the match, you'll level up your hero 2 times, unlocking 1 minor perk and 1 major perk.
Oh, so that's kind of like Blackout Club.
You'll get a choice between 2 minor perks. We positioned minor perks as lighter upgrades. They're like a little boost to warm you up, from cooldown reductions to small passives that keep things balanced but exciting. Once you hit your major perk level, you'll get to choose between 2 powerful upgrades, letting you fine-tune your playstyle for the rest of the match. Major perks are gameplay-shifting additions to your hero's kit, changing your core loop
Old
and
Bastion.
redefining what your hero is capable of.
No.
Let's look at an example now with Orisa.
Okay.
When you level up Orisa to level 2, your minor perk choice will be between heat reduction on your primary fire or the ability to briefly tank burst damage with Fortify. Are you
So your gun as Orisa overheats. So heat dissipator, critical hits from your primary fire refund heat. So if you land a lot of critical hits, let's say you land a lot of headshots, your gun won't overload as quickly, which is nice. She already has a crap ton of bullets, so I'm really not sure what that's going to look like. She might be kind of a nightmare, but Fortify briefly grants an additional 100% decaying over health when activated. Okay.
Fire, or the ability to briefly tank burst damage with Fortify. Are you facing down a Junkrat and want to be able to survive his tire? The upgrade to Fortify might be a great choice. The fun really gets going when you get to your major perk at level 3, though. Here, Orisa gets the choice between a higher impact energy javelin or swapping out her javelin spin for a protective barrier. Here's another.
I'm a little. I'm realizing with the perks, because for fairness of the game, they shouldn't tell you what the perks are of the enemy team in a competitive setting, right? So you have no way of knowing if the enemy team has an Orisa who has the extra burst damage protection. So how do you make that educated decision? Let's say if they're talking about Junkrat with his special ability, where he has an explosive tire. That's going to make it really hard for people to climb. I really hope these are thorough systems that are implemented in comp, because I want them to be able to experiment with it, but at the same time, I don't know how to feel about that.
Another example of what you can expect with major perks with Torbjorn. For Torb's major perk options, you get to choose between 2 wild upgrades for your turret. The first perk option is allowing you to upgrade your turret to level 3 when activating Overload, drastically shifting your turret's threat level as it rips through enemies. The second perk option is if you're feeling a little cheeky, upgrading your turret to now stick on walls. With this added flexibility, Torbjorn can take different angles and even surprise opponents with sneaky turret placement. Finally, let's round it out with Ana. Ana's first major perk choice.
Ana is my favorite hero.
Upgrades her sharpshooting capabilities, allowing her to headshot enemies. Be careful, Widowmaker. You might lose this sniper duel.
Whoa.
Then,
Wait a minute.
playing Ana and having a hard time getting dove on, you might want Ana's second major perk option.
Oh, I'm going to wreck people's
Give
lives.
yourself Nano Boost when it's activated on an ally. Now that's a way to turn a fight. When designing perks, we wanted to expand and elevate what your heroes are capable of. We were looking for a system that we could layer on top of your normal Overwatch gameplay and offer choice from match to match. We plan on adjusting perks on a regular cadence with bigger system refreshes happening in the middle of the year. Every choice you make with perks will impact the battlefield, offering new opportunities to outplay enemies and support your team. You'll get to experience the next era of Overwatch 2 when Season 15 launches.
I'm intrigued by the perks, but at the same time, I'm worried. Overwatch 2's dev team has been very good with their updates compared to Overwatch 1, so it's not like we're about to go through a ghost town of a time where there's no updates. But at the same time, they have a lot of stuff they're doing. How are they going to keep up with this? I mean, that's for them to figure out, obviously, but I'm a little concerned because it's already hard enough to balance the heroes and their core numbers. Balancing 2 extra abilities on top of every single hero or something like that, or 4, because it's a major thing and a minor thing. Balancing those 4 extra things on top of that might be a nightmare, especially considering what they talk about later in this update. You don't look like you're feeling the perks. I'm a little mixed. I'm a little worried that as a live game, that's going to be really hard to figure out and balance. Okay, season 15 and beyond.
It's awesome to see the passion and dedication
Gavin.
the community brings to the game every day.
Hey, Gavin.
Honestly, it's what keeps us hyped to bring you more. Today, we're so happy to share some exciting new features when the 2025 competitive year begins during Season 15, a season that will shake things up by making the game more strategic and further improving our competitive systems. Last year during Season 9, we introduced a major rework to our competitive system, as well as the addition of new hero passives that refresh the core gameplay of Overwatch. As we enter the first season of 2025, this is the perfect chance for the team to shake things up once again. For such a big season, it just feels logical to start with a big bang, our galactic weapons. In response to your feedback about competitive rewards, we worked hard to make this year's weapon variant out of this world. We developed new tech to support applying this type of complex material to weapons. We want you to feel like you have the power of the stars in the palm of your hand.
The complaint I have about the weapon skins is that unlike Fortnite has many weapon skins. With this game, there are gold weapons, jade weapons, galactic weapons, and then there's the weapons that come with the skins, but those aren't swappable. You can't equip there's a skin on my main Ana where she's a botanist. It's like a green tinted sniper rifle, right? I can't equip that to a different skin. So really there's only the core skins weapons, and then there's these random things, these random 3 extra skins, which you would have to coordinate with a skin to even make it look good. Like Tracer on the left, holding in the yellow and white jumpsuit with the blue power core, holding a purple set of guns seems a little off. Or like purple with the turquoise there on the right on Baptiste. It doesn't quite work. And it's a cool thing to show off. Like, oh yeah, I play the game a lot. I've grinded for this. That's nice. But there's not a lot of options when it comes to sticking them on the right skins and making them look good together. So I'm a little torn on how to feel about it. But still very cool. I'm glad they're keeping it going. Because eventually they'll get to the point where they have a lot of options and they won't run into this issue that I'm talking about.
Build weapons. We want you to feel like you have the power of the stars in the palm of your hand. And hey, we're also making climbing the ladder even more charming.
No.
At Platinum and above, you'll now get exclusive weapon charms alongside the existing titles. We'll start tracking your rank for this during Season 15 and hand out these rewards for the first time in Season 16. Now you'll be flexing your rank in any mode by rocking these battle-ready cosmetics with pride. We're also excited to report that we're bringing rake icons back to the hero portraits while you're in competitive play. We'd like to do more of this sort of thing in the future, but for now, this will give players that want to show off their skill by sharing their gameplay an easier way to do that. Now, Season 15...
Rank icons. I thought he said rake. I was like, what the hell is a rake icon? Wait, are they called rake icons? Maybe they are called that.
We've tuned our ranks again, and we're confident you can reach new heights that show off your true skill, whether you've been away for a while or you've been grinding up until the last minute in some questionable end-of-season matches. Most importantly, we think these soft resets work best when we're introducing big new features that change what it means to be skilled at the game. I'm happy to announce that hero bands are officially coming to the game. We know you've been asking for this feature.
I like this. Hero bands. I like this. Now, are they going to implement it like Rivals, where after a certain rank, then you can do hero bands? Because it's, in Rivals, I believe, bronze through platinum, there are no hero bands, and diamond and above is where hero bands start. Or is it going to be based off the rank, or is it just hero bands across the board? Anyone can play anything they want to, or ban anything they want to across the board? Because that would be, well, let's just say the low ranks are always going to ban Moira, because she doesn't have to aim as much, and so she's kind of a menace in low ranks. But, okay, yeah. Interesting.
Happy to announce that hero bands are officially coming to the game. We know you've been asking for this feature, and we're looking forward to building our take on it. Don't worry, no pools or cats in pools are involved. We want a system that punches up at the strong or frustrating heroes without punching down at weaker niche picks. We also want a system that's very fast, that gives you nuanced control over outcomes, and that we can tweak based on your feedback. As you've seen, we're building a lot of new features. And speaking of buildings, what if you had more control over which of our buildings you spend your time in? We're happy to announce that map voting will be coming to the game after hero bans. Both hero bans and map voting are exclusive to competitive play. One of the other changes I'm particularly excited about
exclusive to what?
Are exclusive to competitive play.
Hero bans and map voting are only in competitive play. That's unexpected. I thought they would try to test it first and unranked.
One of the other changes I'm particularly excited
They're confident on that one.
Quality of life update I've wanted to build since my first day on the job. When I joined the team, I was challenged to list the top 10 things I wanted to work on. Back then, we chose the ping system from that list, but today we're building my number one, and that's improved hero information. In a game about mass...
I forgot about this. Yes, thank you for actually having details about the heroes and how long the duration of things are, how much damage it is, how much movement. Thank you. Just for the love of God. I have been using reference websites to look up all the stats for all the heroes for years. And to have it in-game, so much nicer. Rivals has a lot of their information in-game too, and I freaking love it. Fortnite doesn't have very much information on like weapons. Well, never mind, they do. If you inspect a weapon when you're in the game, I think it does tell you how much damage per shot or something like that. So even Fortnite has this stuff. I.e. 1-star Punisher, LOL. Nar. You know the funny thing? Moira, the one who doesn't take any aim, is really good low rank, but once you get to like diamond and like or plat or diamond, she starts to get bad because she does like a leeching attack, like very slowly, kind of like a Scarlet Witch, right? But if you can aim, you're probably going to do more damage than she is. Because it's a leeching attack, it's really slow, right? So if you've ever noticed where we're like in a match and like Scarlet Witch will come out of nowhere and start trying to attack you, and if you land a few good shots on Rocket, she kind of goes down quick, right? Especially if she's close. Yeah. I'm not saying it's easy, but at a certain rank, people start being able to really land those shots well, and then suddenly those heroes stop being good. They start being really bad. Like if it took me 10 seconds to kill someone and it takes them 2 seconds to fire off like a shot and kill me, I think the 2 seconds is going to win, you know? That's why I'm afraid to play Scarlet Witch or Cloak and Dagger, because Cloak actually has the leeching attack thing, but he's not... It would take him too long to kill someone if they have good aim. So, kind of rough. Seconds, I like it. Nar.
But today we're building my number one, and that's improved hero information. In a game about mastery like ours, equipping players with the knowledge they need to improve is one of the most useful services we can provide as developers. That's why we're adding detailed stats to the hero information screen that show damage, cooldowns, ranges,
Thank
and
you.
perks.
Thank
Of
you.
course, Season 15 isn't just about competitive cosmetic updates. We're also tweaking stuff behind the scenes, think shop bundles and better ways to snag those jaw-dropping cosmetics. Season 15
Okay.
is the return of loot boxes. You heard that right. Loot boxes are making a comeback. We're
How-
keeping it fun while being transparent about what's inside and the rate of various drops from opening each box. Oh, and guess what?
Oh, I had a thought just now. Loot boxes. If there's a... I'm going to let him finish.
Learn about what's inside and the rate of various drops from opening each box. Oh, and guess what? They'll be available in the free track of the Battle Pass. And of course, they'll also be in the weekly rewards where you can get loot boxes for just playing.
Oh, they're incorporating loot boxes into the Battle Pass. That's better. Maybe. That might actually be worse because what if you get a bunch of stuff you already have? Like, I've been playing this game for 5 years. I have a lot of stuff already. Do I just get nothing? Okay, anyways, I'm curious.
Ways to earn them. We're really excited for the changes we've made in bringing these back, and hope you are too.
This doesn't interest me that much.
I'm really excited
But-
to join you today to speak about what you can expect from events this year. One of the biggest ways the team has been exploring new ways to play Overwatch 2 is through 6v6 tests. This is something players have been asking about since we launched Overwatch 2 with 5v5, and Aaron has written a few extensive blogs on why the team made this switch. Things like pick rates, tank queue times, match stalemates, matches going on too long, sometimes made Overwatch feel like more of a slog than the fun it should have been. We want to find the absolute best way to make 6v6 with those concerns in mind. These limited time events are our way to really test how 6v6 in Overwatch 2 could work in the most fun, compelling ways possible when trying to address the various issues it used to face. This was a really great experiment for us, and we thank everyone that took part, jumped into the matches, and shared your feedback. We're still sifting through all of the in-game data, along with the mountain of feedback the team received across social media, forums, emails, and carrier pigeons. So look for an update on some key learnings in the coming weeks. Moving forward, we're going to be doing more of these, and in Season 15, we're pleased to announce 6v6 is getting its own competitive queue. This will be an open queue, but with a max of 2 tanks per team. Not all of our events are just purely to experiment and to try and test out new features. We're also running events because, let's be honest, there's
A max of 2 tanks per team, meaning it's only partially open queue? So you could have 4 supports and 2 tanks? That's a really questionable choice. Because the experiments that they've ran for 6v6, which, by the way, 5v5, 6v6, I don't really think both are perfect. I think they should both be in here, but not with separate queues. Not with separate queues. Not like this. What I think needs to happen is because the complaint was, in 6v6, certain maps felt too tight. You could just not break past certain places in 6v6. Too many heroes, right? Too many people to cover different places. But the complaint about 5v5 is that it feels like you're walking through like a wasteland half the time. It feels like a walking simulator sometimes where you just have to like look for angles, you have to roam around a lot. You know, that's not fun either because people want to be engaged in fights, right? But they don't want to be stalemated in fights either. I don't think it should be have a 5v5 queue and a 6v6 queue. I think certain maps need 5v5 and certain maps need 6v6. I think that's what needs to happen. Legitimately. And just incorporate all of it into the same game. Instead of trying to run it like it's 2 separate games or running an experiment like, oh yeah, this is the 5v5 experiment, 6v6, 7v7, 8v8. Like, just have different team compositions for like really, really big maps or less for small maps. Like, it's not something that I think should be this complicated. And I think the creators of this game, the creators around this game have made it a little bit more of a, it's one or the other, only 5v5 or only 6v6. And it's like, why not both? One of my favorite creators, Flats, has memed about 7v7, but like, why the hell not, actually? Like, some maps probably could be big enough to make 7v7. Anyways, I don't think it needs to be strictly one or the other. Destiny 2 has it where like you can go into certain things by yourself. Certain things require 3 people or 4. Sometimes I think it can go higher than that, but there are like certain requirements to make a match for some of these. And I just kind of wonder if they're just stretching themselves too thin. 7v7 shouldn't be that bad. Chaotic as hell, but doable. Well, right. It's like, base it off how big the map is, too. Because maybe that would make it less chaotic. I know the maps in Rivals wouldn't be... Certain places on some of those maps in Rivals would be really bad if it was 7v7. But certain places, it feels like you're walking through an open fucking field. I wouldn't be opposed to having an extra teammate in some of those areas. Because it's just like an open field, you know, there's not that many tanks, you know, like it's... Anyways, I wouldn't be opposed. Not even a little bit. But maybe that's just me. Sorry, I was making a clip here. Let me go back. 6v6, 7v7, blah, blah, blah.
So look for an update on some key learnings in the coming weeks. Moving forward, we're going to be doing more of these, and in Season 15, we're pleased to announce 6v6 is getting running events because, let's be honest, they're simply fun. Obviously, we have to bring back the modes and events that everyone loves. In addition to the current return of Lunar New Year, we're bringing back April Fools. You'll hit the beach in Summer Games, and of course, face the horrors of Dr. Junkenstein this Halloween. Outside of those annual events, one of the most fun limited time modes we've worked on in a while has to be Overwatch Classic. This was a labor of love for those of us who have been immersed in this universe for almost 10 years. We started in November with the Overwatch 1 launch day patch. 21 heroes, original abilities, no hero limits or role locks. Then in January, we rolled out with the September 2017 Moth meta patch, introducing the original versions of
I haven't played
Sombra,
this.
Orisa, and Doomfist. But you can't do Overwatch Classic without the most notorious of Overwatch 1 periods. So coming in Season 15, we are bringing you Overwatch Classic GOATs. This was a ridiculously glorious time to play. You had 3 tanks and 3 supports dominating lineups. These won't be matches you'll go into thinking the key headshot or flanking play will make a difference. GOATs meta is a head-to-head battle, testing which team can be the most thoughtful and strategic in setting up the best combination of plays, the best use of dual heals, and of course, dual ults. Communication will be key when jumping back to 2019 to see if you have it in you to be the GOAT.
New heroes. I'm interested.
Today, we introduce an exciting new hero to our lineup. Meet Freya. Codenamed Windasher, she's the latest addition to Overwatch's roster, poised to help you elevate your game. Freya hails from the land of Denmark, where the winters are cold and apparently the bounty hunters are even colder. Freya was once Overwatch's most renowned search and rescue operative, dedicated to saving lives. But when Overwatch disbanded, she put her skills towards a new purpose, bounty hunting. Now, she'll hunt down any target for the right price. Freya is a hero with a unique arsenal at her fingertips. Armed with an explosive crossbow and a cape that gives her serious airtime, Freya doesn't play by the rules. We think you'll love the new dynamic she brings to Overwatch. Whether you're the type to strategize, hit the ground running, or hover above it, she's got something for everyone. Test your foes with her explosive flare, or wrap them up like a gift with her bola. And if someone tries to flee, well, as Freya says, run or hide, it won't matter in the end. Freya's kit doesn't just aim to control the battlefield, it aims to own it. Unload a flurry of rapid-fire bolts with her rev-draw crossbow to keep the pressure on your enemies. Slow it down with Take Aim to line up the perfect shot and fire a high-speed, explosive bolt that will turn your targets into fireworks. Quick dash in any direction to reload your...
Wait, that seems like my kind of damage. I haven't found any really good snipers that I want to play on Overwatch. Closest is Widow, but because we have a Widow, same as Rivals, but not interested or just haven't gotten around to it. Too many games. Just too many games. Too little time, I think. But yeah, I'm not super interested in it. I never was around during Moth meta, so I don't know what that's like. I think I played one match a while ago, but yeah.
Your explosive bolt and leave your enemies in the dust. Launch yourself sky high with an updraft of wind and catch those rooftop campers or get a bird's eye view before you strike. And finally, snag an enemy with a bullet shot. Wrap them up and pull in their unlucky teammates for the ultimate combo play. For those of you who love a challenge, Freya is going to test your skills like never before. Recognized internally as being one of the highest skill heroes in the game, Freya's kit demands precision and a steady, long-range aim. Whether you want to dominate the battlefield or just float on the breeze, she's going to be the right bounty hunter to hire. Now that we've shown you Freya, you probably want to know who the Season 18 hero will be. I think it's fitting to give you a sneak peek at Hero 44.
Yeah, Hero 43, Freya, is going to be for Season 16, which is 2.5 months away probably. Season 18 would be almost the end of the year. Probably like August, September. So some of these heroes are ways out because seasons are about 2 months. We're on Season 14 right now, and 15 starts in 2 weeks, which means, yeah, Freya won't be till Season 16. Season 18 is whatever they're about to announce.
To know who the Season 18 hero will be. I think it's fitting to give you a sneak peek at Hero 44. Codenamed Aqua, this Chinese water wielder has one of the most unique ability sets that we have ever developed. You'll learn more about him later this year. And before then, get ready for the Freya Hero Trial coming later in Season 15. Keep following the Overwatch 2 team on social media and our website. We'll release more hero comics and continue to share regular updates on balance changes for all of your favorite heroes.
This was live. It was well done, well produced. Stadium. This is where I stopped because I was like, oh my god, I have to watch this on stream. This is where I stopped.
Season 16 is launching in April and is going to be another massive season. In addition to a new hero, theme, and some fun events, we have something extra special that has been in the works for a long time. Welcome to Stadium, the ultimate battleground for strategy, teamwork, and hero evolution. Stadium is the biggest game mode we've made since Overwatch 1 was first released in 2016. TLDR, this mode is awesome. It's Overwatch gameplay like you've never seen before. Fast-paced rounds, nail-biting 5v5 matches, and a best-of-7 system designed to push every player's limits. This is the arena where you don't just outplay the enemy, you outthink and outbuild them too. Here's
Outbuild is insane to me because I'm trying to figure out if they're going the Fortnite route or if they're trying to go some art, like, I don't know. I can't tell. Guess who's all fat and sassy? Me. I'm so full. I love that. I love that for you. How were the enchiladas? How were they? Your dinner sounded really good. I was jealous. I was very jealous.
you outthink and outbuild them too. Here's the twist. Mods. Each round, you'll earn coins based on how you and your team perform. Use these to unlock and customize abilities for your hero. Choose from mods that boost survivability, like extra armor, amplify attacks with shorter cooldowns, or even add game-changing abilities. Stadium is packed with transformative powers and strategic encounters that enhance the hero fantasy well beyond anything we've released. This also includes the option to choose how you play in either a first-person or an entirely new third-person perspective from which to see more of the battlefield and your modifications in action. To go into detail and really showcase what Stadium is all about, I'm thrilled to introduce Dylan Snyder and, of course, the one and only Dion Rogers.
What's up, Aaron?
Thank you so much, Aaron.
Wow.
Now, that is a lot, all mixed into one game mode. If I could pull some Rivals players into this, I totally would. Being able to play it in third person, being able to upgrade your hero to suit whatever playstyle you want to play, on top of what already playing a hero that you hopefully you already like. That seems amazing. Now, it's still 5v5 and it's still Overwatch, so it's very fast paced. But I don't think your rivals players are going to be too out of your depth, especially in third person. So,
This is crazy.
Can you believe we're in Watch Point Gibraltar?
Yes, let's talk strategy. Picture this, Reaper flying, like literally flying, I'm serious, through the air to take down a pesky diva.
oh,
Mercy enchanting a teammate to auto-res on death. The choice is totally yours, so build wisely. What works as an edge in one round might be the difference maker in the next. You'll be upgrading your hero until they're so powerful that Aaron has no choice but to make you the game director. You become a walking fortress by going all in on armor, or roast your enemy shields faster and more mercilessly than Dion roasts me every day for not knowing anything about obscure 1970s jazz. Because why not?
And visually, we've revamped everything from the ground up, creating a
you can tell they get along. You can tell like the whole team is pretty cohesive and they all get along with each other. And I do appreciate that. I do appreciate that. It's not like people standing like completely still and like kind of tense and like, yeah, we're going to add a new game mode, Stadium. It's going to be great. Like, you know, they're down to earth, they're chilling, they're hanging out with each other. They're all trying to, you know, they're trying to have fun with it. And I can appreciate that, especially after like not hearing from them very much for a few of those years. So it's nice. It's nice. Some of the editing is cheesy, sure. But it's nice. It's very nice.
new user experience layout to make navigating your mods simple and fun. The fresh layout and intuitive icons transform strategy into art, giving you the arsenal to power up your hero as you progress through intense matches. Incorporating an intricate mod system, each choice you make is a step towards strategic dominance. Early in the game, you'll invest in affordable mods that lay a solid foundation for your team, giving you an immediate but modest boost. As the match heats up, you'll unlock access to more expensive and oh-so-satisfying mods that pack a serious punch, turning the tide in your favor.
This scares me because this seems really hard to balance, but I think that's why they spent the last year really trying to balance the base stats for everyone. I'm hoping this goes well because it looks great. It looks really well implemented and done. It's Overwatch. I always worry about Overwatch.
Each power-up is complemented by incredible visual effects, dynamically interacting with your actions to maximize the awesome feel of impact and intensity. You'll have complete control of your currency, so how and when you spend could be the key to victory. It's all about crafting the best version of your hero at the right moment.
In addition to mods you can buy, you'll also unlock even more powerful traits that won't cost you anything. Traits are meant to be defining aspects of your play expression, so we're making sure that they feel appropriately transformative. You may remember us teasing some of these in events like Trials of Sanctuary or Junkenstein's Laboratory. As Reinhardt, you can focus on improving your barrier, taking away the movement penalty while it's raised, and allowing him to activate it while charging. As Soldier 76,
wow,
team while improving your biotic field by increasing its range, attaching it to yourself, and buffing the attack speed of allies that stand in its radius.
Whoa.
Or as Kiriko, embrace your true nature as a dive DPS by improving your health and damage.
This is actually really nice. I don't know if it's going to turn out nice, but it's nice to see that they're experimenting and trying stuff. Because the game has been fundamentally the same since they released it. It's just been fundamentally the same. These are just for one match at a time, right? So next match start all over? Yes, but you get the same perks. What if you worked at Overwatch and got to play with all this stuff before it comes out? I would love that. I would love that. I would love to be a playtester for some of my favorite games. But yeah, no, it would be for just one match at a time, but this is for specifically a game mode called Stadium, which is best out of 7. So at minimum, you're going to be playing 4 matches, or four rounds, which most of the matches are. If you steamroll, it's 2 rounds. So matches for Stadium might be, instead of 10 minutes, more like 15 to 20. And that's with a steamroll. I guess I don't know how quickly the bar is going to tick up for all the points. Maybe it won't be crazy, but these matches would be quite long compared to the normal Overwatch match. And that's if you're both clawing back and forth, 1 win, 1 loss, 1 win, 1 loss. Like, that's cool, though. That's cool.
Damage resistance while gaining the ability to teleport to allies and enemies.
With 7 rounds, Stadium features a variety of maps and game modes. There will be a mix of modified versions of existing maps, such as a quicker Hanaoka Clash round, as well as new push maps.
Oh, so the rounds are quicker. Okay, so maybe it won't be insane. It won't be like double the time, maybe.
Final artwork to be unveiled in the coming months.
What, new push maps? What'd they say?
With final artwork to be Clash round, as well as new push maps with final artwork to be unveiled in the coming months.
Stadium launches in Season 16, and we see it as more than just a new mode. It's a long-term evolution. Each season will bring updates, new heroes, and possibly even alternate modes, like Payload Race or Paintball. And hey, while this mode is
Payload Race? I'm having a hard time imagining that. How would you do that?
already big, it's just the beginning of empowering you to build the best hero you can.
We'll be keeping a close eye on your feedback and continue to find ways to evolve this mode into the biggest and best it could be.
We're planning to kick things off with 14 core heroes, carefully selected to ensure balance and competitive play.
Oh, okay, so not the whole roster, just some of them. Okay, that's smart. I like it. They're not throwing all 40 heroes at us and expecting that it's going to be balanced. I like that.
With more heroes being regularly added over time, which will allow you to keep working each season on what is the best hero build to help you win.
There will also be additional maps, modes, and features regularly added over time, keeping things fresh and competitive.
Stay tuned as we reveal more details in the coming months. Stadium isn't just a new way to play, it's a new way to dominate. Get ready to strategize, customize, and rise. Season 16 is just around the corner. See you there.
See you there.
They weren't kidding. This was a pretty massive update. Like, it's going to change the way the whole game plays.
Stunning cosmetics lined up, and I'm thrilled to brag about my team's hard work.
Oh,
earlier today, you saw a brief
Lauren looks really different.
Season 15, but let's dive a bit deeper. Our Season 15 Mythic skin is for Zenyatta. Zenyatta will have heavenly visual effects and sound effects to complement his godly ascension. Our concept artist jumped on this one. She was really inspired by the Golden Dragon Pichu, and the team rallied to make sure that we brought her vision to life in a way that felt specific and authentic. Our 5th Mythic weapon is for Widowmaker, coming out at Season 15 mid-cycle. We wanted something that truly embodied Widowmaker's hero fantasy, and our concept artist took that literally. I don't have favorites, but if I did, the theme for our Season 16 Mythics is very near and dear to my heart. The team has been waiting forever to put our spin on the beloved Maho Shoujo genre. I'm so excited to introduce DokiWatch, which pits the heroes of heart against the hollow hearts. DokiWatch retains core elements of the magical girl aesthetic and blends them with the technology of Overwatch. Our heroes' Magitech weapons are empowered by their animal familiars to fight against the hollow hearts and their looming threat of woe. Tiny sharks, a fox, a cat, and even mischievous bunnies are ready to fight by your side. They're cute, they're fierce, and they'll make your heart doki doki. When it was time to pick the leader of the Heroes of Heart, the choice was obvious. Mars's favorite daughter gets a splash of pink in her mythic skin. Juno's radiance spreads hope wherever she goes, making her extremely powerful in the fight against woe. Her skin features her magical shark companions, Deimos and Phobos, named for the moons of Mars. Personally, I'm partial to the pastel yellow Doki princess, but villain enthusiasts will love her corrupted evil look too. But don't worry, Mercy. Brains, I've got you covered. She's getting the Season 16 mythic weapon. At mid-season, the ridiculously cute Elios joins the fight.
Of course, that's Mercy's.
Because I think the concept really speaks for itself. He's just a little guy. Since Overwatch 2 was released, players have been asking for a mythic for this hero. She's a little bit of extra work for my team specifically, but it was time to make it happen. Our Season 17 mythic skin is for D.Va. We hope she lives up to your expectations. For her mythic, D.Va will take on the spiritual aura of South Korea's national animal, the Siberian tiger. She'll have customizable hairstyles on the pilot, as well as a pink and an Empire Red colorway, so you can style her however you want. Season 17 will also feature Reaper's mythic weapon, designed to capture the allure of corruption. We asked our concept artist to make something edgy, and he really did deliver. With distinct weapons for each hand, they reflect Reaper's duality, his descent from beloved Overwatch commander to feared Talon agent. Oh, and one last thing. While we aren't quite ready to reveal them yet, throughout the upcoming year, we have some very exciting collaborations. But there's one coming in Season 15 that me and my girlies can give a slight reveal to.
Hello, we are the Seraphim. We're so excited to
Again?
announce our second collaboration with Overwatch 2. Woo! There will be brand new in-game skins and cosmetics coming this March. We can't wait to reveal all the details, so stay tuned for more information. See you all in-game soon. Bye!
Another Le Seraphim collaboration? Okay, esports.
Hi gamers,
I like it. I appreciate the collaborations.
this is Bailey from the Overwatch Esports team. Something new is always coming to Overwatch, and Overwatch Esports is no different. We've tweaked our competitive formats a bit to provide you all the things that you actually care about. More things to play in, more matches to watch, more coverage of your favorite players, drops to earn, and some awesome dynamic gameplay through the addition of hero bands, which we've never done before. We just wrapped up our inaugural 2024 season at DreamHack Stockholm this November, where Team Falcons from OWCS Korea took home the win. We're really excited for the future of OWCS to provide the most accessible competitive environment that we have ever had. Want to know, though, how the OWCS is getting even better in 2025? We're going from 2 to 3 stages and live events, bringing you 3 events across the world to even more players. We're doubling the gameplay that we're providing and the number of broadcasts. We're introducing Faceit leaks to our ecosystem and integrating it directly into OWCS, making it easier to follow and providing more chances to compete and have some fun with your friends.
Okay.
Additionally, we're adding a new tournament phase to the competition through a promotion relegation tournament, allowing more chances to qualify and new exciting stakes to your matches. On top of that, we're introducing...
Yeah, I did feel like people kind of got booted before they had the chance to really show what they could do. So I appreciate that.
Team partner program, bringing some iconic esports brands to OWCS across our different regions. We'll be supporting a bunch of in-game items that you can purchase so you can rep your favorite team, and the proceeds go directly to support those teams and players.
Whoa. They just, in December, they just were like, yeah, this is your last chance to rep your teams. For a limited time, go to the shop to buy your stuff for your favorite teams. They just said that. It's been 2 months. You're telling me that they're just bringing it back? Were those just the OG ones from like pre-Overwatch 2? Is that what they were doing? Because if it's not, that feels grimy. That feels really grimy. And I didn't buy any of them, obviously, because I like the esports aspect of it, but I've never been all that into it. I like learning about it, but like, I'm not an esports fanatic. I don't track any teams or anything, so. But I really hope they were talking about the OG pre-Overwatch 2, like, competitive esports repping team, like, stuff, because if not, that's scummy. That feels really scummy.
For a team, and the proceeds go directly to support those teams and players. This year, we are also welcoming a few new regions to OWCS.
Oh.
We know how incredibly passionate our players in China and Australia are for esports.
Right.
With the return of Overwatch 2 to China, we're excited to welcome those players to the OWCS with their own dedicated region to compete in. And our players in Australia are going to be joining the Pacific sub-region in OWCS Asia. We've introduced rank-based divisions to Faceit and calling out heroes that just make matches more fair, competitive, and fun. The OWCS 2025 season is kicking off right now. Head to our channels or website to find the schedule so that you don't miss a single match. Then you can tune in to earn some awesome viewership rewards, cheer on your favorite players and teams, or learn a thing or two about your favorite hero. We hope to see you there.
Okay, so that is basically done. Aaron's gonna say something maybe at the end.
Getting to be a part of this amazing team of brilliant developers, artists, engineers, and more, as we've evolved Overwatch together with all of you, has been one of the highlights of my career. We are so excited about all that has been shown today, but we didn't even touch on so many more great updates coming your way. Throughout the rest of this year, we are going to roll out numerous quality of life changes, such as map voting, and as Gavin mentioned, hero bans. We also didn't even touch on what is one of the most impactful changes coming later this year, more map reworks.
Oh.
There will be reworks of both original Flashpoint maps, Suravasa, and New Junk City.
Already?
We also are working on major reworks to another batch of classic maps, so you have to stay tuned as we share those details. And that's not even all for maps.
Okay.
The new Atlantic Arcology map is also coming to the game.
Whoa.
And a new Tokyo map. We have so much planned to share with you throughout the year. More details, more content, more ways to experience Overwatch.
See what I mean though? There's so many maps. Why not have 5v5 on some maps, some of the smaller maps, 6v6 on the average size maps, and 7v7 on the big maps? Like why don't we just full send it and just do all of it? He's like okay.
It is our goal to keep exploring and delivering new fun ways to play Overwatch than we've ever done before. I cannot wait to show you what this team has been working on. Thank you for the hours and hours of dedication you all give to this game. We are thrilled to keep working with you through feedback and engagement on growing what we do to improve Overwatch 2. I hope you all have a fantastic time when these changes start rolling out in just a few weeks with Season 15. Now let's go make a great game.
Okay. Well. That was great. That was great. So as far as the perks go, I'll give a TLDR here. Perks, I like it. I'm worried because sometimes, as consistent as they are, things get balanced in odd ways sometimes. And I kind of worry that if like they're giving perks to all the heroes, they didn't say that there was a limit or anything, that might add an extra layer of what they're going to have trouble balancing. Season 15, I'm very excited for the 6v6 competitive thing. I'm really excited about the new skins that are coming in Season 16 and 18. I don't think, maybe it's just me, but I haven't really been that interested in Overwatch Classic, you know, the throwbacks to like the old metas from the first game. I haven't been that interested outside of the very first one when it was 2016 release Overwatch. And if there was another one, it would be Moth Meta, which I haven't tried. So I need to try them, but everything after that, I'm not that interested in. I'm very excited about Stadium, and that is 2.5 months away, probably. But for now, Perks is the most immediate one. I'm like, yeah, heck yeah. I like the rank reset because I think this next season I'm going to dive back into Overwatch again and try to grind it on streams here and there. Probably alongside Fortnite and Rivals and all my content stuff. It's going to be rough to manage, but I'll try it. I'll try to work it in. I'm not that excited for the cosmetics, but I've never been one to be super into cosmetics, so there's that. Esports, I'm excited to hear it's doing well. I'm not exactly interested in going in and looking at all each and every esport thing that happens. But I'm very interested. I'm glad to see it's doing well. New heroes. I was excited about the first one they revealed. They didn't give any information on the second one for Season 18, which is probably like 5-ish months out. So I don't really have any thoughts on the second one, but I like the designs so far. I like the designs.